You will have 4 topics from your grammar for this academic year 2020. Determiners are words which come just before a noun in a sentence. So if there is an adjective in the sentence, then determiners are placed in front of the adjective. Hello students and welcome to Prep School English classes. Today I'm going to take up grammar. And what is that I'm going to teach you in grammar today? It is determiners. The topic determiners. You need to understand that for your syllabus for the year 2021, you will have determiners, tenses, sentence transformation and sentence reordering. To repeat, you will have 4 topics from your grammar for this academic year 2020. One is determiners, tenses, sentence transformation and sentence reordering. Now, where does this grammar come in your question paper? It is included with the writing skills. When I say writing skills, that is your section B. So, for how many marks? I suppose it is for 10 to 12 marks. So, I repeat, you will have grammar included in the writing skill in section B and it might be for 10 to 12 marks. Now, what is grammar? What is grammar? Have you all ever thought about it? Yes, grammar is using of words in sentences. How are words placed in sentences? What are the structure of the words in the sentences? What are the rules that you need to follow to place the words in a sentences? So that being grammar, why do you have to study grammar? Why is grammar such an important part in a language concept? That is because knowing good grammar, you can comprehend well. Your fluency while you speak is better. And to read, to write or to speak, you need to know grammar. That means to comprehend better, you have to know grammar. Now, I will not say that I am perfect in grammar. That's because the content and the subject of grammar is so vast that the depth each topic takes us to is an everyday learning. When I say everyday learning, one should be interested to improve one's language skills. What one has to do? He needs to practice. One needs to read. One needs to write. One needs to understand the connectivity of words in the sentence. So that being said, let's understand what is determiners all about. So what is that I will discuss in today's class? I will be telling you what do you mean by determiners, what are the types of determiners and giving you few examples and solving few exercises for you. The exercises are the kind of questions that you can expect in the question paper. So what is that I will be discussing today? I will tell you all what is determiners, what are the types of determiners with few examples and few exercises. Going forward, I want you all to observe few sentences over here. I will put a few sentences, observe them deeply, observe them carefully and understand what do the sentences mean. The first one, if I read it out, few children were playing in the ground. I am going to a movie. Which color is your dress? Those books are of literature. Our house is painted red. Either girl is eligible for the test. Now, when I ask you to read, I am sure all of you have understood what does these sentences mean, isn't it? Now, there are few special words in each of these sentences. They are called the parts of the speech. That becomes very important in English grammar. So, what are the words? If I say children, movie, color, books, house, girl. What are these words called? They are called as noun. I am sure all of you know what you mean by noun. Noun is a name of a person, animal, place, object or thing. So that being noun, what is the next special word that you see here? Something which supports a noun, something which points out to a noun, something which comes before a noun. If you see here, few, a, which, those, our, either. So these are special words which has come just before the noun, and these words are known as determiners. So you understand what are determiners? Determiners are words which come just before a noun in a sentence. So this is determiners. Now, there are few qualities for this determiners. What does the determiner do? One is you see it in front of a noun. Second one, it points out. It points out what is the noun all about. Now, children means few. There are very few children. Or color, which. It questions which is the color. So, it points out what is the noun. How is it related to the noun? And it also introduces us to the noun. If I say books, it says those books, that book, this book. Okay, so it introduces us to the noun. And you have to remember, don't get confused, it determines only. The words determines a noun, but it does not describe a noun. When I say describe, I can't say that the children were naughty or the color was beautiful. So there is no describing happening here. It is only determining. So understand that a noun is the name of a thing, animal, place or object, and the word that comes in front of the noun, beginning to the noun, that is called as determiners, and it always determines, it points out, it introduces. Okay, so that is determiners. So going forward, let me tell you what is a determiner. I have explained words which come before the noun. Words which come before the noun. Few children. Children is noun. Before that few is a determiner. Then it introduces the noun. It introduces us to the noun. If I say those books, which book is a sentence introducing us to those books? So it introduces the noun. So the words which come before the noun, the words that introduces the noun is determiners. Going forward, it determines the noun, but it does not describe. I told you the word acts only as a determiner. It determines, but it does not describe. It doesn't say naughty children, beautiful children, noisy children. Does it say? No, it only says few. It determines, that is the quantity, few children. So determines a noun, but it does not describe. It's very important. Next, going forward, it tells us whether the noun is specific or general. When I say specific or general. Now, if I say book, that is a general thing. You will not know which book, what am I talking about, which book am I relating it to, isn't it? So when I say only a book, that is general. But when I say the book, this book, that means to say I am particularly specifying a particular book. That is called as specific and general. So now that you have understood what are determiners, remember you will not have any question which says what are determiners in your exam. No. Why am I teaching you this? That's because you need to understand and relate later when you are doing the exercises pertaining to this topic. So that being said, let's move forward to understand what does a determiner tell us. What does a determiner tell us when we read a sentence? It tells us whether the sentence is a definite or indefinite. I told you specific or general. I gave you an example now about a book. So it tells us about whether it is definite or indefinite, and then whether it is singular or plural, whether it is one or more than one, and then it also tells us whether whatever we are talking, the noun, whether it is far or it is near. So that also it tells us. Next, it tells us whether it is collective or whether it is an individual, whether there are many or there is only one. So what does the determiner tell us? It tells us whether it is definite or indefinite. What is definite or indefinite? It's talking about the noun. And then whether the noun is singular or plural. And then whether the noun is near or far. And whether the noun is collective or it stands individual. So this is what the determiner tells us in a sentence when we read and we try to understand. So other than this, the determiner also questions. It questions what, which, how. So the determiner questions and it also limits its meaning, and makes it very, very clear. It makes the sentence, it makes the noun, it makes the connectivity of word to the noun in the sentence very, very clear. So understand that the determiner also asks questions, why, what, how, and then it limits its meaning and then it makes the sentence very clear. Please look at the board. So now that you understood what is a determiner and what does it tell us, let's move forward to understand adjectives and determiners. How are they connected in a sentence? Now, what do you mean by adjective? Adjectives are parts of speech which describes a word. It's a describing word. Now, in a sentence which has an adjective and which has a noun. So how does determiner play its role there? I repeat, in a single sentence which has an adjective and which has a noun, how does the determiner get itself placed? What role does it play? So hope you understood. Adjective means describing word. If story is a noun, interesting story, interesting becomes the adjective. If teacher is a noun, lovely teacher, lovely becomes the adjective. So look at this. If there is an adjective in a sentence, then determiners are placed in front of the adjective. When I say lovely teacher, then where will the determiner come? The lovely teacher. The is the determiner, lovely is the adjective, teacher is the noun. So if there is an adjective in the sentence, then determiners are placed in front of the adjective and the adjective is placed in front of the noun. So check out with this example here. It was an interesting book. Now what is the adjective? It is interesting. So interesting is the adjective. And book is what here? Book is noun. Now where is the determiner then? An is the determiner. Did you understand this? In a sentence, when there is an adjective and when there is a noun, How does the determiner take its role? Where does it get placed? It gets placed in front of the adjective, and the adjective gets placed in front of the noun. Check out with another example. He was a happy man. Now man becomes the noun and happy becomes the adjective, and then a becomes what is the determiner. I hope you got me right. So this is how adjective and determiners are connected. Moving forward, I told you determiners points to the noun, isn't it? So let's understand that. So a determiner comes before a noun to point out the noun. So what does the determiner do? It comes before the noun, and what is the duty it does? It points to the noun. It talks about the noun. It tells us more about the noun. So the determiner comes before a noun to point out the noun. Look at this example. All students of class 11 are playing in the ground. Now here ground is noun, students is noun. Okay. Now the determiner which is come here, all and the. This is pointing out, the determiner is pointing out to the noun to say that all students. The ground. So it is pointing out to the noun. Look at another example. I have a dog with me. Now here dog is the noun and the determiner is a. Okay. Now a dog. The determiner is pointing out at what? It is pointing out at the dog. So thus the determiner, what is the work that it does? What is the job that it carries? What is its responsibility? To point out at the noun. So that being determiner pointing to the noun, let's look at specific and general. When I say specific, okay, if I say children are sitting in the class. Now, what class? Which class? Where? Isn't it? So, children are sitting in the class is a general statement. But if I say children are sitting in the English class, that becomes specific. Or if I say children are sitting in class 11, that becomes very specific. Or if I say children are sitting in the classroom, that means to say it is specific. Did you get me? So, determiner tells us whether the noun is specific or general. So, it tells us whether the noun is specific or general. First one is, it is pointing out on the noun. Second one is, it tells us whether that noun is a general noun or it is a specific noun. So, look at the example here. My son is a scientist. Now, scientist becomes the noun. And then, what is a? It is the determiner, isn't it? So, when I say, my son is a scientist, what comes in your mind? Scientist? What scientist? Isn't it? So, I am not being very specific. I am being very general to say, my son is a scientist. My daughter is a doctor. So, doctor, what doctor, where doctor, that comes in your mind, is it not? So, how do you make it specific when I say, my son is a space scientist? My son is a space scientist. So, that is how the determiner makes it general or specific. So, that being general or specific, let's move forward to understand what are the kinds or what are the types of determiners. It's very important for you to know this. I told you, you will not have a question which says, what are the types of determiners? You will never have a question asking, identify the determiner. No. But still, you have to know the types. That's because you have to relate whatever you're learning. You have to connect it while you're answering the exercise. So, you will have 6 types of determiners. The first one being is articles. The first one is articles. This word articles, I'm sure you have learnt it in class 1. Yes, of course, I was a class 1 teacher also. Let me be frank, what was that I was doing then when I had to test the children? Little children at the age of 5 to 6 in class 1, they will never understand what are vowels, what are consonant, what are English alphabets, what is this article, what is this ma'am talking at all. So what do? I would tell them that for the first one you write a and the. Follow a and the. So what would the child do? It would only fill the blanks with a and the. A and the. And then I would give 3 marks for them. Because very difficult for them to understand, but still they are familiar. They have heard the word articles, and I'm sure this experience you also would have had, isn't it? So the first type is article. The second one being demonstrative. Something, the noun is getting demonstrated, like that, this, those, these. So those are demonstratives. The next one being possessives. Possessives means you own the ownership. This is mine. This pen is mine. This board is mine. These are my children. This is our school. So you are having the possessiveness. So that is called as possessives. And the words are my, your, his, her, its, their. So these being the first 3. First one article, second one demonstrators, the third one is possessive. Moving forward, the next one, distributors. You are distributing it either collectively or individually. You are trying to distribute something. So that is either, neither, each, every. Next one is quantifiers. Quantifiers, ordinals, numbers, how much, what is the quantity? So quantifiers, some, few, little, less, many, much, more. So these are quantifiers. And the last type is interrogators. So what is interrogatives? Questioning. Whose, which, how, what. So that is interrogatives. So the fourth one is distributives, fifth one quantifiers, sixth one is interrogative. So dear children, this might be the last time you are learning determiners as a part of your schooling. So please don't forget and remember always what are determiners, why are determiners required in English grammar, what does it tell us, how does it help us, and what are the types. There are 6 types. First one, articles, demonstratives, possessives, quantifiers, distributors, and interrogatives. So this being the types of determiners, let's go in detail specifically into what are these types, how are the words related to it. So let's start with the first one being what? Articles. One of your favorites, one of everybody's favorite, that is articles. So what does this article tell us? Determines which noun the speaker is referring to. So what does it determine? It determines which noun is the speaker referring to. Now, whether it is an indefinite article or it is a definite article. I told you indefinite is general and definite is specific. And indefinite you use a and an, and indefinite you use the. So to repeat, always remember articles means a and the. A and an is used in front of the words wherein the first letter of the word is a vowel, that is A, E, I, O, U. And then the is used for all the consonant Other than A, E, I, O, U, all the rest of the letters in English alphabet is known as consonants, and there you will use the. And articles, you have definite articles and indefinite articles. Indefinite articles is in a general version, and definite article is always in a specific version. So let me give you an example. I saw a teacher in the library. You're telling someone, I saw a teacher in the library. I saw the teacher in the library. So there is a little difference, isn't it? When you say, I saw a teacher. Now, what is a noun here? Teacher is a noun and is the determiner. So I will write D and I will write N. Now you saw a teacher, but you are not specific on which teacher did you see. Did you see your class teacher? Did you see your physics teacher? Did you see your English teacher? Or which teacher did you see? You are not being very specific. So this comes as the general version, that is indefinite article. Am I being clear? Indefinite article where you use a or an. So when you look at the second example, teacher, here it is the noun, and then the, it is the determiner. Now what is the difference here? Here it was very general, but here I saw the teacher in the library. The teacher is very specific. So it might be you're talking about the teacher whom you know, or someone who is asking which teacher. So I saw the teacher, the English teacher, she was there. So you're very specific on that particular teacher. So these are the two ways where you use the articles, definite and indefinite. Moving to the second one. Which is the second one? It is demonstrative. You are demonstrating. This is a board. Those are students. That is my house. This is my dog. So you're demonstrating what you are talking. You're demonstrating that particular noun. So what is a demonstrative? It tells us how far or near the noun is from the speaker. How far the noun is from the speaker. And remember, they are pronouns. Now, what is pronouns? Pronouns is when you replace a noun, the word which replaces a noun, that is called as a pronoun. If I say literature book, instead of in my whole speaking, I keep telling literature book is nice, literature book is on the table, literature book is there. If I have to repeat that noun word, that literature, I can replace that literature by this book, that book, isn't it? So, pronoun is the word that replaces the noun, and demonstratives are pronouns that point out to something. Let's look at the example now. This book is very interesting. So, book is the noun and this is demonstrative. So, this book is very interesting. You're talking about the book which is with you. Now, those flowers, those, it's not with you. Where are those? It's in the garden, or it's in the vase. So those flowers are smelling good. Go and look at it. Those flowers are smelling good. So once again, flower is a noun and those is a determiner. Now, when you come to the part of the pronouns, when you say, I want this, you will just say, I want this. So you will not know which one, isn't it? You're replacing something to this. So that is what is called as the pronoun. And then I want this book. I want this book becomes a demonstrative, wherein what is that you are mentioning? You are mentioning about a book. So that becomes a demonstrative. So understand that demonstrative is a type of a determiner which demonstrates us or tells us how far or near the noun is. And They are the pronouns which point out at something. So moving to the next one, possessives. Okay, possessives means what? She is very possessive. Don't you use that? He is very possessive of his things. That means whatever belongs to him, he is the owner to it. He takes that ownership. So that is exactly what is possessive. So possessives are also pronouns. They indicate that a thing belongs to someone. That particular thing, this pen belongs to the teacher. So it indicates that it belongs to someone and it is used to show the ownership. So when I say this is my pen, that means to say I am telling my becomes the possessive. Or if I say this is their things, that means to say they are. Someone else is the owner. So who possesses that ownership? Their becomes the possessive. Next one, quantifiers. Quantifiers, the word itself says quantity. What is the quantity? I have 2 pens. I have 1 board. I have a lot of money. I have too many saris. So I am talking about the numbers, the ordinals. That is quantifiers. Now, what does the quantifier say? It indicates how much or how little of the noun is being discussed. So if I'm talking about my sari, how much am I talking? I have 50 saris. Now sari is the noun and 50 becomes what? The ordinal, the number becomes the quantifier. So I have too many saris. I have very few saris. Got it? So that indicates how much or how little the noun is being discussed. I told you when I told about the sari, the noun becomes the sari. And few, much, more, that becomes the quantifier. That becomes the determiners. So the word describes the quantity of the noun. The word describes the quantity of the noun. So let's look at few examples. I have little money. I have little money. Here I say, I have a little money. So what is that small difference here? Now, I have little money. How much money do you have? You said you have little money. How much do you have? You have 50 rupees. You have 100 rupees. How much you have? How much money do you have is what someone is going to ask you. But when I say I have a little money, I know how much of money do I have. I have a little money. That means I might have only so much of money. That is 500 rupees or 100 rupees. So, I have little money. That becomes a negative meaning. You are not being specific. You are being very general. But when I say I have a little money, that means to say it has a positive meaning. You are very specific on telling what is the quantity of money that you have. What is the quantity of money that you possess. So these are the example. Once again, money becomes the noun here and little becomes the determiner. In the same way, here a little becomes the determiner and money becomes the noun. So understand what are quantifiers? Something which tells you how much or how little of the noun that has been discussed in the sentence. So the next one is interrogators. Interrogate. Interrogate. What does that mean? You are questioning anything which ends with a question mark. Interrogator. So, determiners that are used for framing questions. The determiners which are used for what? For framing questions. The determiners which are used for framing questions. How much, which, whose, what. Okay, so let's look at the example. So when you look at it, what is your name and which is your favorite color? I'm asking you just what is your name? Second one, which is your favorite color? Here you have an option only to answer what is your name. Here you have an option to choose among the colors which is your favorite color. Now, what becomes the determiner and name becomes the noun. So now you may ask me, ma'am, noun is somewhere and determiner is somewhere. You said it will just come before the noun, isn't it? Yes. For you to understand, I have put it this way. Otherwise, it will be like, what name is that flower's? Or what name is that child's? So that way also you can write the sentence. So what is your name? In the same way, which becomes the determiner and color becomes the noun. So again here, how can you write this sentence if you want it to be structured like just before the noun you have a determiner? Which color is your favorite? Which color dress do you wear today? So there is the determiner. So to make you understand between what and which, I had to put it up like this. So remember, when you have a determiner in front of the noun, you can always make it, which dress are you going to wear for the party? Which pencil do you buy generally? Which book do you use as a reference? So this being the interrogators. Okay, so now when I say what, you are not left with any choice. You are not left with any choice. You have to choose only one thing. You are not having any choice. When I say name, you are forced to say only your name. And then when I say which, there is a choice. So which dress are you wearing for the party? You have lots of dresses. So in that, which one are you wearing? So you see, for which there is a choice. But for what, you will not have choice. So what name does this pen have? Which sari will the teacher wear today for the class? So that is interrogators. Now the last one is distributors. So what do you mean by distributors? Distributors means you are distributing it. Something has to be distributed. So you can distribute individually or you can distribute collectively. But a determiner never distributes it in a group, for a group. So look at this. It is used when the noun are referred individually rather than collectively. Now, when I say group, or you can also say all. So all becomes collectively, isn't it? So understand that when the noun is referred to individually rather than collectively, that means to say it is distributive type of determiner. Now let's look at the example. Child, each child was given a chocolate. Now child becomes noun and each becomes the determiner. Now each means what? Individual, isn't it? There are lots of children, in that each child is picked up and they're given a chocolate. So rather than collectively putting everybody in a group, you are mentioning it individually. So each child was given a chocolate. Here you see all the becomes the determiner. Now all the children is noun. All the children were given chocolates. Now you are not doing it collectively, you are doing it individually. You are not talking about the whole group. You are saying that all the children in that group. Okay, so you're not doing it collectively, you're still doing it individually by saying all the children were given chocolates. So understand that distributors, these are used for the nouns when they are referred individually rather than being collectively. So in the first example, it shows it refers to individually, and in the second example, it refers to being collectively. So that being said, you are familiar with all the 6 types of determiners: articles, demonstrators, possessors, quantifiers, interrogators, and distributors. So these are the 6 types of determiners. moving forward, let me give you some reference. You need not have to by heart, you need not have to write down and learn, just observe, that much will do. I have put a table where you get to see few specific and few general determiners. Quickly have a look at it. So this was a reference for you, only for you to have a glance at it. No need to by heart, no need to take down, or no need to remember everything. It automatically will get registered while you do the exercise. But just remember that you have two kinds, specific and general. And for specific, these are the determiners, and for general, these are the determiners. So the next reference what I want to give you is the types of determiners with example and with a noun word. Now have a look at the table. The first column says the types of determiners. So always remember, when determiners comes into your mind, you need to remember that you have 6 types. First one, article, demonstratives, possessives. Fourth one is your quantifiers. Fifth one, interrogatives. Sixth one is your distributors. Now, these are the type of determiners. Now, moving forward, when you look at the example, like what are the determiner words? When it comes to article, the and a. And when it comes to demonstrative, these, that, those. And possessives, you have our, your, its, mine. And then quantifiers, you have a lot of or 5. And when it comes to interrogatives, it is which, what, how much. And then for distributives, it is both. Now, when you have to think of an example, if I take the word car, for article, I say the car is very nice. And then for demonstrative, these cars belong to a company. And then possessive, this is our car. And then quantifiers, I say they have a lot of cars. For interrogatives, I say which car are you speaking? And for distributives, I say both the car belongs to that man. So quickly have a look at the reference. So with this reference, that is all you need to know about the determiners. Now moving forward, let's work out few exercises. Now before going into the exercise, let me be very frank this time, because there is a reduction of syllabus, your sentence omission and the sentence editing, wherein the determiners was a part of that exercise, that is being deleted. I'm sure in your class 9th and 10th, you are very familiar where a paragraph is given and you need to edit on the missing words, that is omission, and then you need to edit if any correction was there. So that part of the exercise is removed. So what else is remaining? It could be only fill in the blanks. So for now, let's wait till the sample paper comes out. I am not sure what kind of questions will come this time pertaining to your exercise, but few of the common things other than editing and omission, I will have here for you. Now, have a look at the exercise. Complete the passage using determiners. There is a passage which is given to you. You have to use the determiners and complete. So I will be off screen so that you can see the board clearly. Please pay your attention and use whatever you have learned and then fill in the blanks aptly. It might carry 1 mark. Each blank might carry half to 1 mark. So you need to be very careful. We only take dash few seconds to pass through dash Earth's atmosphere, which is hardly thicker than dash skin of dash plum or dash peach. As we pass through, we gradually leave behind particles of air and dust which scatter dash sunlight and make dash sky look blue. I give you few seconds. Try to fill the blanks correctly, and then when I'm giving you the answer, check whether you have done it rightly. So here we go with the answers. Thus, the fill in the blanks is filled with determiners and which is apt, wherein you have put in all the rules that you have learned in today's class. Now, how are you going to answer this passage in your examination? Now, is it important that you need to copy down everything in your answer paper? Is it important, ma'am, that I need to copy the question and the whole paragraph? No. What are you supposed to do? Now, this question will have a question number. So, you write that question number, and then every blank will have like this: A, B, C, D, like that it will continue. So how are you going to answer? No need for you to write the complete question and the whole passage, because you will be wasting your time. So how are you going to answer? You just put first main, in that A, you go on B, C, like that you go. And after that, what is the answer? Of course, you'll have a margin, isn't it? So what is the answer for A is A. For B is the. For C, what is the answer for C? That is also the. So this way you are supposed to answer. Now after that, please don't miss out something. You count how many are there. If there are 6, you see whether you have put 6, because each blank carries marks, and that is important. So this is one kind of passage, filling the blanks with what determiners you can expect. This is one kind of exercise where you're given the blanks in a passage and you have to fill in with the appropriate determiners. Moving to the next exercise, have a look at it. Complete the conversation with suitable determiners. The question very clearly says that there is a conversation between 2 people, and then there are few fill in the blanks in the conversation. So those blanks have to be filled with suitable determiners. Now, 2 friends meet in their school canteen. They are going to have their lunch. Arun, you can share dash lunch and I will share yours. Kiran, oh, that'll be nice. I will have dash good things to eat. Arun, I'm afraid I don't have much to eat. There are only 2 sandwiches and dash apple. Here is your sandwich and you can take half dash apple. Kiran says, thanks. Now what is that you're going to do here? You have to fill the blanks. So your time starts now. Please concentrate and fill the blanks. Now let me see whether you have answered it rightly. The first one, my lunch. Now my, what kind of a determiner is it? It is a possessive determiner. So my lunch. Second one being some good food. Some means what? It is a quantifier. So some good food. The next one, apple. An apple. Now an is what? It is an article. What's a determiner? It's an article. Now also remember, for the first time you are using the apple, so you have to mention an. And in the next sentence, when the subject what you're talking about repeats, then which is the article you're going to use? You're going to use the. So that is also an article. So an apple is general and the apple is specific. So how are you going to answer in your answer paper? Once again, no need for you to write the whole thing, the question and a complete conversation. What are you supposed to do? If this question is second, you write second, And of course, in the question paper, you will get A, B, C, D or 1, 2, 3, 4 for the fill in the blanks. So you just have to write whatever is given and then against that main, you start writing the answer. So that way, you will not waste your time by copying the whole thing in your answer paper. But rechecking is important. If there are 6 or 5 or 4 blanks, you just recheck whether you have written everything. Remember each blank is what? Very important. Why? Because it fetches marks to you and you cannot be negligent and miss out on any. Moving to the next one. Fill in the blanks using either or neither. He could be on dash of the train. I know dash of the boys. You may choose dash dress. Dash of you had a clue. Your time starts now. Quickly answer and I will come back with a solution. So let me check whether you have done it rightly. The first one, he could be on either of the trains. So there are 2 trains. He could be either in that train or either in this train. The next one, I know neither of the boys. I don't know neither that boy nor this boy. So neither of the boys I know. The next one, you may choose either dress. Choose this one or this one. You can choose either of them. The last one, neither of you had any clue. You or you, neither of you had any clue. So this way, either or neither, you may get another exercise. So let me also tell you the difference between either and neither. Either means one of the 2 different things. Either means one of the 2 different things and neither is the opposite of either. Neither is the opposite of either. So understand, either means you have 2 things, you can choose any one and neither is just the opposite of either, that you don't have that or this. So once again, don't have to copy everything, just write the main and then you write 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 4 answers. So let's see the next exercise. What is it? Make 3 sentences. Make 3 sentences. You need to make how many sentences? 3 sentences. By what? You need to make 3 sentences by using the determiners each, every and all. You need to use these 3 determiners and you have to make 3 sentences. So how are you going to make 3 sentences? What are you going to make the sentences with? Now, you're going to make the sentence for what phrase you're going to make? Villages must be connected by road. You have a phrase given here. Villages must be connected by road. Now, you need to make 3 sentences by using the 3 determiners each, every and all. Let me work this for you. The first one, each village must be connected by road. Second one, every village must be connected by road. Third one, all villages must be connected by road. To look, it looks so simple, isn't it? But what happens while you're writing the examination? Sometimes your overconfidence that confuses you with singular and plural, though it is so very simple. So what is that I want to tell you? You have to be very calm and all that you need to know is you have to read the question, and while reading it, you need to focus, understand, and then jot down the answer quickly without getting distracted or without having too many things, too many rules coming into the structure of framing a sentence. With this, let me recap, let me revise. What is that I taught you today? What is that you learned in today's class? So quickly have a recap. So for you to understand better, Just refer this table wherein you will see different kinds, different types of determiners along with the word. Articles, possessives, demonstratives, distributors, interrogators, and quantifiers. I want to sum up today's grammar class with a pictorial representation related to determiners. The first one being articles. I am reading a book is a article. The second one is demonstrative. These books are mine. These books are mine. That is a demonstrative. And the next one is possessive. Stripes is our identity. Stripes is our identity. Have a look at it. Further, quantifiers. All zebras are lovable. All zebras are lovable. Next one, interrogators. Which animal is this? Which animal is this? And the next one, distributors. Neither of us can be separated. Neither of us can be separated. Have a look at it. So with this, I want to conclude my grammar class for today. What is that I want to tell you all? Try to perfect your grammar. That's very, very important for you to have control over your language. You need to know how to frame sentences, how to place the words in the sentences, how to be fluent, how to speak well, how to read well, how to comprehend well, and how to write, how to improve your writing skills. So, practice, only practice can make you perfect. So, once again, try to perfect your grammar to be a perfectionist in any language. With this, see you in my next session. I'll be doing tenses in my next class. Until then, all smiles to you. Bye-bye.